Advice for women dating in their early 20s. Don't sleep with people, right? Not unless that is a serious relationship. And if you're hooking up or dating someone and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them. Who cares about that person? And if you think that you're going to date them and then change them into someone who does want to get married, they kind of sound like a loser to begin with. That, or sit them down and have a very serious conversation and ask questions like, do you ever want to get married? Okay, well, if you do, when do you want to get married? And make sure that your dreams align with their dreams, because if you're dating somebody and they don't have any plan on getting married, then you're wasting your time. And that's trickier for women because women are most attractive and most fertile when they're young. And men, I would say, get more attractive, in their mid-30s, maybe even 40s. So they have time that you don't have.
The whole reason Western countries are dealing with a horrendous dating market is for one simple fact. Most Western countries have stacked the odds so heavily in women's favor and have given them all the power with no counterbalance. As a matter of fact, they have made the natural counterbalance illegal. That counterbalance is professional intimacy services. If that was legal in Western countries, there is no way that women would act the way they do. The dating market would be a completely different place. OnlyFans would not exist. Women would be on their best behavior at all times to get and keep a man. Feminists would be completely ignored by both men and women. And the adult film industry would dry up overnight. You don't see countries with legalized professional intimacy services complaining about dating. There should be mandatory paternity tests for all births, and alimony should be banned, and there should be a $500 limit per child each month in child support, regardless of income. If a man pays child support, he should get 50% custody. If he doesn't share custody, he shouldn't be required to pay child support unless he's an abuser and it can be proven in court. Who knows, once women can no longer get a decent guy, maybe they'll eventually realize that no-fault divorce and unfair, pro-woman divorce settlements are against their interests as well, as they absolutely are. The previous marriage-divorce paradigm worked. The new system just doesn't. Those are the things that have led to the situation where long-term relationships are just about dead. By getting married, women have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Nothing is in danger for women. Men who get married have nothing to gain and everything to lose. By getting married, men run the danger of losing everything. Nowadays, it's incredibly challenging to locate a car that is genuinely for sale. It is better to simply rent a vehicle, drive it hard, and then return it. A comfortable seat, little mileage, and nice bodywork are desirable. Keep in mind that it's only a rental and there are many more to try out before you fall in love with it. You can lease for a longer period of time, but never buy because, according to the terms and conditions, you never really own it. There's a very slim percentage of women who treat their man in a way that makes marriage a good decision for him. That slim percentage is what the vast majority of men hope for, but then don't receive. Those men who do obtain that slim percentage are convinced that they're not just lucky, but that they're doing the right thing and get treated right in response. That's the unfortunate trap that keeps naive men trying to do the right thing, thinking it will lead to them finding themselves making a good investment. And yes, it is possible that doing the right thing will lead to a man finding himself in that slim percentage, but it is unlikely. Most of you would agree with me when I say that the most expensive way to keep a woman is in the form of a wife. Think about it. Putting aside the need for friendship and companionship, physical relations with an escort is a financial transaction, but an honest one. She does not pretend to care or love you as a wife does. She does not need to lie. She wants your money, you, her body. You're both very clear about it. You pay for something specific, and you get it. We all pay one way or another. Why not make it an honest transaction, instead of creating fake scenarios where you waste your time, energy, and resources? When you crunch the numbers, it is so much cheaper to simply pay a pro from time to time as you feel the need. In marriage, you commit your life, your soul, your all, with no guarantee that she will not one day break the supposed-to-be lifetime contract, take half your life from you, and move on to another target. This is really sad, but our world has come to this place. If I was a young man in today's society, I would not get married. I would enjoy my life, keeping the fruits of my labor and enjoying the opposite gender as my desire demands. It's horrible to say, but we have evolved to this. There is simply no free physical relations between man and woman. A man always pays, one way or another. The most expensive method of engaging in intimate physical activity is marriage. According to statistics, men who choose to remain single and pursue physical intimacy with career women, while also having far less financial responsibility and commitment, have much less closeness during their lifetime of marriage than men who opt to have intimate relationships outside of marriage. They do in fact receive what they paid for. It is entirely reasonable. People who judge men for hiring a professional are the same kind of dumb people judging someone for not wanting to have kids. Life can be simple and easy thanks to professionals. You have all the time, money, and bedtime you could ever ask for, and peace of mind, of course. The only thing that is important is to have good connections and good friends to make life meaningful. But marriage is an archaic concept nowadays, with the current system, society, and laws protecting women. Another thing, women in society have made physical relations all about the woman's final release of pleasure and nothing else. Women actually love not having one no matter what a man does, so they can go to lunch the next day with another woman or few and tell them how terrible the man she was with last night was. How he didn't do this or that or the other thing for sympathy from these other women. I've seen and heard various versions of this over the years in restaurants, and it always plays out the same way. Some female experts here on YouTube will tell you, you're supposed to ask her what she likes. If you do that, she'll be making fun of you the next day with her equally dysfunctional girlfriends. It is so much cheaper to have professional services for women than to date because of the amount of money women want you to spend on the first date. God forbid, you don't want to take her to get a coffee to actually get to know her. You have to spend $300 to $400 on the first date so she can show off to all her friends how much money you have and how well off she's going to be by being with you. And the crazy part about all of this is that you're not even guaranteed to sleep with her at the end of the night. Isn't paying for it much better for men then? And after about 6 or 7 dates, you might get invited in and maybe have a chance to get to the goods that you technically have paid for. It's crazy, this song and dance that you have to do. If you look at it mathematically, $400 over 6 times dinner is $2,400. Just sit back and think about the kind of professional services you could have had for that kind of money, and that $400 includes dinner, all the flowers and all the other miscellaneous things that go along with dinner. If you think about it, paying for professional intimacy means ensuring a girl will be on her best behavior, will give a good time in bed, won't stay and empty your fridge or trash or rearrange stuff, won't sleep over and expect to hang out the next day, and won't post drama on Facebook about you. That's a much better deal for men than dealing with the constant drama that results as a consequence of marriage. Women truly have no right to whine about how awful dating is. They find dating to be simple. On the other side, it's more difficult for guys. We are required to cover all costs, make all the plans, and execute the first, second, and 10th moves. We put up with the drama, baggage, hypergamy, and irrationality of women. Without any assurance of payment, we perform all of these tasks and more. They only need to sit there with an attitude and appear cute. What do they provide in the interim? A terrible attitude, lack of devotion or sincerity, selfishness, blue hair, having one or more children with another guy, and an entitlement mentality are a few examples. Let me explain it to you in plain, factual words. Women. If you even have an average appearance, if you had all the fundamental human qualities that any normal woman should possess, not being overweight, not having visible tattoos, being committed, having a kind heart, and being nice and not crazy, a good man would have found you long ago. The simple fact that you are by yourself says a lot about you. Not the countless good guys you've laughed at, passed over, and refused to even give a second glance in the past. Since you rejected them all and chose the bad boys who hurt you and left you, you're left wondering, where are all the nice guys? They're well settled with the women who liked them for who they were. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.